Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another astrology video. So in these astrology videos, we get a chance to explore and get to know these celebrities or public figures from an internal standpoint and get to see how they feel about the world and how they see the world through their birth chart. So a birth chart is basically a screenshot of the sky on the day you were born and on the time of your birth, and the placement of the stars, the asteroids, and the planets will tell the story of your life through the stars. So let's get into it today, guys. Today we'll be talking about Pearl Thusi, and we'll be analyzing Pearl Thusi's birth chart. So initially, what sparked my interest was her tumultuous relationship with the internet. Like, she has an up and down relationship with the internet. She's always in trouble for something. Like, people are always hating on her, especially Black Twitter, for something. Recently, she was in some controversy because of the Miss South Africa comments that she made in defense of the Nigerian woman. So I was like, I don't know why she's always so attacked for the things she says. So I wanted to go into her birth chart and analyze it and see, maybe we'll see what's happening here with her. So she is a Taurus sun and an Aries moon. So a Taurus sun can produce someone who is all about stability, especially financial stability, with Taurus ruling money. She is someone who is acutely focused on building a name for herself and a legacy in the entertainment industry, specifically with the sun naturally ruling Leo, and Leo representing the entertainment industry. So yeah, she also has her Jupiter conjunct her sun. This can speak to her very striking beauty, with Jupiter expanding things and Taurus also representing beauty. She has her sun on the 22nd degree. This can speak to someone who will get into a career that has something to do with beauty. This is highlighted by her Pluto sextiling her Neptune. Neptune can deal with cinematography and pictures, which makes sense because she started off in the industry as a model. Like, her very first industry job was modeling. So that makes sense with that placement. She has her Lilith, again, something that really stood out to me. She has her Lilith in Leo on the 29th degree. So Lilith in Leo speaks to her being in the entertainment industry, period, because Leo represents the entertainment industry, performing arts, being in the limelight, being celebrated and stuff, being a celebrity, because celebrity comes from the word being like celebrated. So this speaks to her being in the industry, and she can have, with this placement, she can have very narcissistic tendencies. So with this placement, this shows me that she has very narcissistic tendencies. Like, she can be very narcissistic, especially with that 29th degree, which just makes everything that much more serious. And with her, she also has her Aries in her moon in Aries. That can also be someone that's very selfish and all about themselves. But we'll get to that later. This placement can show that she is a very self-centered. That Leo Lilith shows someone who's very self-centered. It also makes her someone who is obsessed with fame, because Leo represents fame. 29th degree can just represent like extreme obsession and going just extreme measures to attain fame. So she's extremely obsessed with fame and being in the public eye. She is the type of person to do anything to be famous. Like, she probably, like, before she was famous, it could show that she was someone who was willing to do anything. She probably did anything to be famous too. Like, she probably did crazy things, because Lilith is a very dark energy. Like, it's a very dark, instinctive, animalistic energy, where where your Lilith is where you are the most animalistic with your energy there. So she's very animalistic with fame. Like, she'll do anything for fame. This reminds me also, because with also Lilith in Leo shows someone who will do anything for fame, and also someone who will do anything to stay famous. This it immediately makes me think of her DJing career. I feel like, with that, it's so mismatched with her brand, and so not, like, it doesn't make sense with her brand, that it makes me feel like it's that Leo Lilith in play, her just be doing anything at this point, like taking on any job just to stay relevant and famous. Because like, nobody thought she could be a DJ, or she was a DJ, but I digress. This placement can also, with this placement, it can show someone who feels the right or the obligation to express her creativity on a public stage. Like, she needs to be famous. It's a need for her. It's the most instinctive need and desire that she has. This can show someone who has the need to express their creativity on a public stage, but they can also be rejected for it. With that Lilith representing one's shame, Lilith also represents shame and being shamed, things you are shamed for in your life. And so she can be shamed for her expressing her creativity on a public forum like that. She also can be someone who attracts people in her life that want to squander her talents. These can be authoritative figures behind the scenes on the corporate side of the entertainment industry, because she has her Pluto on the 10th house in Scorpio. So that 10th degree, that work degree, because it represents her career. The 10th degree represents career. So she can have like authoritative people trying to sabotage her career. Also with that 29th degree in on her Lilith, it can show 29th degree can represent can show third parties, can show people in the industry, third parties trying to sabotage her fame and her career, because her career is her fame. But she is a moon in Aries, which makes her a fighter, and her Taurus sun makes her very resilient, because Taurus is the bold. Taurus is the stable ground. So she can be very resilient, and Tauruses can withstand anything. So it makes her very mentally strong, that Taurus sun. And her Aries moon makes her a go-getter. Like, it makes her fearless. Also, her moon in Aries can also indicate her being a self-starter, a trendsetter. Her Aries moon also shows that she is self-driven and fearless to even voice her opinions, with her moon sextiling her Mercury in Gemini, with Gemini representing the mouthpiece. But on the other side, Aries Moon in Aries can produce someone who is very selfish. With that, Leo Lilith, yeah, someone who puts their interests above anyone else's, even as a mom, because also Moon represents the mother and how you nurture. It can represent how you were nurtured by your mom and also how you will nurture your own kids as a mom. So yeah, the energy, the selfishness can extend to her being a mom. She can be someone who is prone to emotional outbursts because Aries is the baby. Aries rules over anger. It rules over impulse and yeah, so she can be very impulsive with the way she expresses her emotions. So I was like, okay, she has her Uranus opposing her Venus. So this placement explains her tumultuous relationship with the internet and her always being in hot water and the internet, Black Twitter, with to be specific, being just like always attacked. So with this placement, it shows that she will be very unliked on the internet by her community. So it's written in the stars for her, like all the backlash she receives from people. It was always going to be that way for her with the internet. Like she was always going to have a very strained relationship with the internet. She really was always going to struggle with that. She does rub people the wrong way and she triggers people with the things she says, and the conviction she has with her opinions. Being a Taurus sun and an Aries moon makes things worse for her. It makes things worse for her because Taurus suns can be very stubborn. They can be very willing to change, and Aries moons can be very blunt. Aries is the opposite of Libra, which is all about relationships and relating with other people and being super and hyper aware of how you are affecting the next person. Aries is the total opposite of that. They are all about themselves. They're all about expressing what they need to express, and you need to hear it. You just gotta know what it is that they want to say to you. They don't care to sugarcoat things. They don't care to be accommodating to the next person, as long as they feel like what they are saying is what they believe in, is what is true. They are good. But as a celebrity, I do think she needs to just lean on that Libra traits, like learn those Libra traits when it comes to how she expresses the things like her emotions or her feelings about situations. She needs to be very aware of how it will be translated, or rather received by the people, the general public. Like it would benefit her with these placements, because I don't think she does these things or triggers or says these things with the intent to anger people, but it is the way that she delivers them that truly just rubs people the wrong way. But yeah, either way, I do believe that she was always just going to have to learn some lessons when it comes to people and the internet. All this crazy energy, unfortunately for her, it has affected her business endorsements and her ability to get business endorsements and her brand deals, because with that type of work, when you're in modeling, or you are more on the cinematry part of things, where you work with the brands and you work with marketing, where brands need you to market their products. you really do need to be more neutral with your reputation. And that's something that she struggles with because she has such strong convictions, and she's so fearless to voice them that after she's said the things she says on the internet and after the backlash, then she realizes, oh my God, now I just really just negatively impacted my own career. Yeah, and also the relationship with the internet has caused some serious sudden changes in her career with that Uranus conjunct her Saturn. So the incidents have caused some serious changes and some sudden changes. Like those changes were very sudden. Like she would suddenly lose a brand deal because of what she said on the internet this morning, like for example. So yeah, she has had to change and be adaptable a lot with her career. So she also has her Venus conjunct her Chiron in Gemini. So this shows that she is deeply wounded by the way people receive her on the internet, like her relationship with the internet or with her fans. I don't think they're fans, but like with the people, with Black Twitter has really affected her on a personal level, on an end relationships, in her own personal life. Because the things that people say to her on the internet really cut deep. They really, really cut deep with her. She feels very hated by her community, especially the woman with the Venus representing the woman in her life. And she feels that people are so bold with her, with their hate for her, and they tell her in a very aggressive and cutting way. So people are very unforgiving with her on the internet. They're very, very unforgiving. They say very hurtful things to her, and they say it so boldly. They are so confident in saying these things to her. And she definitely suffers from not feeling worthy because of this, within herself and within the relationships in her life, her personal life. Like that, those things really affect her. So guys, like, yeah, I do think people need to calm down a little bit, because yeah, she's a celebrity. Yeah, she chose to be famous, and she's, according to her chart, she's so focused and so obsessed with the fame. But she's still a person, and people need to understand that the karma from hurting someone else does not change because they're a celebrity. Like, you still get the same amount of karma for being cruel to a celebrity that you would get from being cruel to your neighbor. So that's something that people need to consider for themselves, for their own karma, So yeah, I digress. Also, this placement shows that her self-worth has definitely been affected by her relationship with the internet. This is very unfortunate because she is one celebrity that loves to interact with the community. She has her Venus in Gemini. Gemini represents the community. Venus represents love, and Gemini also represents communication. So it shows that she loves communicating with her community. Like, she loves it. So when they reject her like that, it affects her. It's so painful for her, because it's not just a publicity move where she's trying to be likable by being on the internet and communicating so much with the internet, because she's one of the celebrities that is very present in the internet. This is something that she truly enjoys. Like, this is something that comes from the heart with her. So when people attack her, it goes straight to the heart. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. And she is someone that I looking at her charts, she is someone who suffered verbal abuse. This is verbal abuse, the things that she's had to deal with on the internet. And she definitely has suffered financially because of this. This also shows that, because also Venus represents your money, represents money and your ability to make money. So with her Venus in the community, she's naturally supposed to be able to make money in South Africa from the love that she has for her community and the love that she expects to receive from her community. But then with that Chiron right there, it wounds everything. It makes everything that much more painful. It makes everything harder and painful. Like there's a lot of pain involved with her dealing with her community. So yeah, this has affected her ability to make money in South Africa and express her creativity in South Africa. Venus also represents creativity. She has been wounded so much that it makes her scared to express her creativity. But also with the Chiron, yes, it's the wound, but it also is the wounded healer. So once she's able to heal this about herself or her own life, she can flourish. She can be teaching. She can be the type of person that would teach the community, on a broader scale, on a public stage, how to love yourself regardless of how people feel about you. Like, it's so cliche, but it's so true for her because she gets so much hate. So if she heals that about herself, she will be able to teach self-love, to heal the love and the women in the community, in her own community, through her words. She could definitely be a motivational speaker about self-love. Cliché it might sound, it's something that people need to learn about, because self-love is just deeper than what the internet wants to tell us. Self-love is a very deep thing, and once you tap into that, you tap into God. So yeah, yes. She, with all of this, it was very well explained to me by her South Node in Virgo, because then it shows that she comes into this lifetime having so much karma with the workplace. So she probably has never been as wounded by her community as she has been since she was famous. So as soon as she became famous and she started making money and just making it her job, like she working in the internet industry and on the public forum, then the hurt and the pain just started pouring in from the relationship with the community. So yeah, also her Venus conjoined her Chiron explains her relationships with the women, that the public, like the relationships she has had with women, with Bonang, with Zintle, very up and down relationships, and very hurtful things have happened to her in those relationships. And also with that Venus, that conjunction opposing Uranus, shows that her relationships with women, the hurtful relationships she's had with women will play out in the internet. It shows that it will play out in the internet. So that's another thing that this placement produces. So yeah, guys, I think that I understand a little bit more why she has such a crazy relationship with the internet. Yeah, and I understand her a little bit more. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. This is all I have for you today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.